And guys, the wide receiver market continues to have movement as Diontae Johnson is traded to the Ravens. The Ravens only trade a 5th-round pick. They get back not only Johnson, but Carolina's 6th-round pick. Lawrence, for the Ravens right now, they just needed somebody reliable at wide receiver that can catch the ball and bring a veteran presence. They get that guy in Diontae Johnson.
Yeah, just more riches for Lamar Jackson in that offense. Unfortunately, Diontae Johnson can't play corner or safety or rush the passer, but I think it's not much needed, but it was needed for them to get another solid receiver in there. Diontae Johnson, just a guy that could get open well, especially over the intermediate part of the field. From a fantasy perspective, you gotta bump down Zay Flowers a little bit, especially with the way that the Ravens use their tight ends here. Rashod Bateman, who's been startable the last couple of weeks, he's actually been a flex option the past couple of weeks. He definitely takes a hit there. So you're just not going to ever know where it's coming from now. Although I do expect them to still manufacture those short targets to Zay Flowers. Overall for the offense, this is great, but Lamar's already the top quarterback in fantasy, so I don't know how much better you could get than that. But from a receiver standpoint, you give all of them a bump. Diontae Johnson goes from being the number 1 receiver to possibly the number 2 here.
Who do you prefer rest of the season, Zay Flowers or Diontae Johnson?
Zay.
Zay?
Yeah. He could get it done. He's gonna get those short targets. Right. Lamar's gonna also look for him deep. I think Diontae Johnson will be the guy, like I said, over the intermediate part of the field. He'll probably be the most open guy.
Yep. I think both of those guys now, like low-end wide receiver 2s, high-end wide receiver 3s.
Yeah,
that
just
type
2
of
flex
range.
plays.
Right. They eat into each other.
Yeah. And it just makes you feel worse about the tight ends as well with the stuff that Diontae's going to do over the middle of the field. So Andrews and likely they take a bump. Again, the only, obviously Lamar and Derrick Henry, obviously, they're the heart of this offense, and you're going to start them every week as no-brainers, and then Flowers and Diontae both flex guys. I think this matters more for perhaps real football in January.
100%. And you've already seen it in the Ravens offense. They've already been spreading the ball around. We've seen 3 different tight ends score touchdowns this season, so it's really like guys are going to have their days. Yeah. This just hurts my bet that I had both Diontae Johnson and Zay Flowers. They were part of a 6-leg where I had them to go over 750. George Kittle, Kyle Pitts is also included in that. And so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, you've still got some life there. Yeah, I think with this one, I wonder if Rashod Bateman losing that ball in the sun
was the final.
And Lamar was like, all right, go get me Diontae Johnson. And then secondly, with the reporting on this, apparently the whole league was in on Diontae, and then the Ravens swooped in to get him at the last moment. What was the rest of the league offering? Ravens swooped in and just offered us the deal to 5th and get back to 6th.
He's been traded twice now in rather a short time period, so it's like as far as the league go and where he ranks with wide receivers in the league, he's solid, but it's not a dude you're putting all your eggs in that basket to be a top tier receiver for your team.
Funnel the offense through.
Yeah, he would be a great number 2 receiver somewhere, with any top tier. If he was playing with A.J. Brown or something, he would be good there. But for the Panthers, it was we ain't doing nothing anyway. We might as well.
I mean, as much as, he's not a guy, he still might be the best wide receiver Lamar Jackson has ever had, right? I mean, you make the case of Zay Flowers, same kind of tier, but
Zay still coming to he's still developing.
Yeah.
We ain't seen the best of him yet. So I could go with that because we've seen Diontae Johnson having 1,100 yards.
Those 2 and then Hollywood Brown.
That's it. Really 1,000 yards with Lamar. You're right.
Outside that's been Lamar's had the Devin Duvernay shows kind of defined his career.
Yeah. Devin Duvernay.
Sammy Watkins was there, I believe.
Sammy Watkins is there.
Insane.
Nelson Aguilar.
Still there?
Willie Snead.
Nelson Aguilar, big loser out of this trade.
Yeah,
he might be losing his roster spot. I don't wish for that, but it was a lot of drops in that game, offense and defense by the Ravens. So, they might hit a rage move damn it, we need to do something.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.